If you're a creator, you know the ground is shifting under our feet. It's not just about pumping out content anymore. It's about ownership. So in this explainer, we're going to talk about a really fundamental shift that's happening right now, the move to what's called digital sovereignty.
Man, this quote just hits home, doesn't it? It perfectly sums up the problem for pretty much every creator out there. Every video you post, every connection you make, it's all happening on somebody else's property and they make the rules. It's a super risky place to be.
And that really boils down to the one big question you've got to ask yourself. This question changes your whole strategy. Are you just making content for a platform, or are you actually owning the community you're building? The difference? Well, it's everything.
So let's dig into this whole rented land problem. I mean, if you've ever felt frustrated like you're just spinning your wheels on these platforms, you're not crazy. The system is almost designed to make you feel that way.
Does this feel a little too real? We call it the creator's treadmill. You're constantly chasing after views that disappear tomorrow, fighting against algorithms that change on a whim. Maybe you've even felt that sting of being shadow banned. And for all that work, you get paid peanuts in ad revenue. But the worst part? You can't even reliably talk to the people who literally asked to follow you. It is just exhausting. It's not a sustainable way to build a business.
But what if there was a better way? This is where a whole new philosophy comes in. It's about making a conscious choice to step off that treadmill, to move away from the noisy, distracting feed and start building something with real depth, a real culture with your people.
And just look at the difference when you put them side by side. The old way, the feed, is all about chasing views and serving the algorithm on that rented land. The new way, the culture, is about chasing real results and serving your members on land you actually own. You're moving from a business built on distraction to one built on depth.
And this new way has a name: digital sovereignty. It sounds kind of fancy, I know, but all it really means is that you own your platform, you own your member data, and, this is the most important part, you own that direct, unfiltered line of communication to your audience. No more gatekeepers deciding who sees your stuff.
Okay, so this all sounds great, right? But how do you actually do it? Let's get practical. The key here is to think of this not as shutting something down, but as a strategic relaunch. It's an upgrade, an exciting new chapter for your whole community.
And you don't have to do it all at once. This journey breaks it down. First, you position the move as an upgrade to a premium experience. Then, you create a little urgency by setting a sunset date for the old group. When people start showing up in the new place, you need a fantastic welcome sequence. And finally, you guide those first members to an early win so they immediately see why this new home is so much better.
Now, I'm going to share an idea that might feel a little backward at first. We've been trained to think bigger is always better, right? More followers, more views. But when you're building a real community from the ground up, that's actually not true. We need to flip the whole funnel upside down.
10. That's the number. Seriously, that's it. Forget trying to move 1,000 people all at once. You can build the entire foundation of your new owned community with just 10 people.
Now, these aren't just any 10 people. These are your super users, your founding members. And here's the critical insight. You build the culture with them, not just for them. Their excitement and early engagement is what sparks those crucial member-to-member connections. And that, right there, is when the magic happens. Your community stops feeling like a second job for you and starts becoming a real, valuable asset that grows on its own.
And here's a killer tactic to get that magic going. When people sign up, ask them specific questions about their goals. This information is pure gold. It lets you create what the source calls people magic. You can literally introduce people who are working on the exact same problems. That kind of connection is something they could never get in a generic Facebook group.
So let's talk about how all this becomes a real business. Because ownership isn't just about feeling in control. It's about unlocking a business model that's way more sustainable and valuable than just chasing ad revenue.
It all starts with your big purpose. This simple little statement is your North Star. Who are you bringing together? What are they going to do? And what awesome result are they going to achieve because of it? A clear purpose like this is what people are actually willing to pay for.
This leads us to the ownership flywheel, and it shows why charging for your community is actually a good thing. It starts when members pay. Suddenly, they're more invested, more committed. Then, their participation creates real value for everyone else, and that value attracts even more high-quality members. The whole thing starts to spin on its own, creating this amazing, self-sustaining cycle.
So if you only take one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this. It's time to stop measuring your success by your follower count. Your true, lasting value is in the strength of the network you build, the connections between your members. That's the real asset.
And that brings us to the last and maybe most powerful question. Once you step off that treadmill, once you stop building on rented land and finally claim your own digital sovereignty, what amazing thing will you build?